I was going to go ahead and start off Crime Beat. But I got to pause for a second. We're going to get to Crime Beat. I'm not ready yet. I saved it. I saved it for everybody. It's still more exciting than the front page. I'm honored. A few days ago, my friend Greg sent me a message and said that he heard that I did a 100-mile race, and he sent me some questions. And of course, y'all know me. I can't answer with just a few words. I'm sure I sent a 5,000-word essay. And he wrote a beautiful article, and I have been sent the nicest messages, especially if you have known me and known how hard I have tried to get my 100-mile race. It has meant a lot to me. And a lot of you have been there with me. So before we do our Crime Beat, I just want to say thank you to everyone. It's been a long road. It's been a long emotional road. And I moved my little boy into college today. I have an empty house. Boy, it's been a big day. Famous, and you know, there's no sound in my house. I have 2 music majors, and so for many years I was used to hearing scales all day from trumpets and marimbas, and there's no rhythm in my house tonight. But yeah, so I wanted to touch up a little bit too. I wanted to talk about the last lap. If you read the article, it's 101 laps to get to my 100 miles, and my flip-flopped last lap at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, and if someone had just walked up and have seen it, they probably would have tried to get me 1013 me and put me in a insane asylum. It was not pretty, talking to myself. And the last lap, I was talking to a coach of mine. That was Coach Reed. And if you went to school with me, you know what I'm talking about. It's the late Coach Reed. And if you are a coach, I need you to really think about your words. I'm 45 years old. And the voice that got me around my last lap was the voice of a coach that I had in high school. I wanted to play soccer, and I'm the most unnatural athlete there is. You ask anyone who's ever tried to throw a ball at me, I can't catch it. They're like, I thought she was a coach. And when I write my book, it is going to be called The Unnatural Athlete, because I've had to work for everything I've ever done. It's almost comical if it wasn't painful. You feel bad for me as my face is bleeding trying to catch a ball. I just can't do it. But I wanted to play soccer, and they didn't have a girls' team. So with tryouts, there was a point system, and you could get on the team if you had enough points. And after seeing me kick the ball, Coach Reed knew that there was no one else can make. I was never going to score a goal unless it was on accident. So he was like, you can lose points if you stop running. So I was like, I'm just not going to stop running in practice. Tryouts. And we had this thing where you ran the lines. You'd start on one end of the football field, and you'd run all the lines of the football field. He was also called Coach Smiley. He always had a big grin on his face. And I wanted to be him. And it was probably like the first person, it's that age where you have like another adult, not your parents, not your grandparents, that you idolize and you want to be. And I wanted to be like a part of his world. I idolized him. So whenever I want to slow down, and that was like, you throw up, you got the shin splints, and you just can't move. And I wanted to stop. And he would look at me, and he's like, well, then you can be the water girl. I made the team. I didn't stop. in my last lap at Merrill's, coming around that last half mile, all I could do was talk to Coach Reed. And right before I crossed to get my belt buckle in the middle of the night, oddly dressed 45-year-old woman, Coach Reed, I made the team. I didn't stop this time. Anyway, at the end of each year, when I was at the elementary school, I was blessed, honored to work at the elementary school gym for 5 years. And I watched these, all my babies grow up. And a few years ago, I started to hand out a Coach Reed Award to a 5th grader that I had watched grow up, basically. And I'd watched them, from little teeny, without any training. I would watch these students that motivated without being asked, who helped other students on pure instinct. And there are things you can't teach. And I didn't get to pass my award out this year. So tonight, kind of impromptu with my broken unicorn. If you look at the hat, it's actually the unicorn. I gotta glue it back on. But anyway, I will bring this award to the school tomorrow, to the middle school, because you are now in 6th grade. My little pea frog, Kayla Frogner. I will bring this to the school, that you have the Coach Reed Award. I love you, and I want to thank you for every moment that I saw you in school, all through elementary school, for always setting the example, for never stopping, of setting the example of what it is to always help everyone around you, and to always have a big grin on your face. It was an honor to have you as a student, and to have you as my friend. I will get this to you this week. I love you. This has been in my truck since school stopped last year. I love you. And again, if you are honored enough to hear the word coach and turn your head, please know that your words are extremely important. And sometimes they stay with kids, even when they're not kids anymore. So I'm going to go wash my face, and then I'm going to open up the paper and read Crime Beat, trying to be funny and laugh. I'm in the music room and it's quiet. Another side of me.